Reclaiming your stride, unlocking leg energy. After 60, a journey to renewed independence. It often begins subtly with small, almost imperceptible changes. Perhaps you start to feel a bit more tired climbing the stairs that you used to bound up effortlessly. Or maybe your knees take just a second longer, a noticeable hesitation to push off the familiar comfort of the couch. For many, the first explanation they offer themselves, or are gently suggested by others, is simply, "Oh, it's just aging." We've heard that phrase countless times, haven't we? You're not as young as you used to be. That's just how your legs get. And sadly, we often accept it as an inevitable part of getting older. However, here's a truth that many doctors might not say out loud or emphasize enough. When your legs start feeling weak, it's not simply a matter of age. It's a clear warning sign that your body is missing something essential, a crucial element that's being overlooked. Consider these sobering statistics. After the age of 60, we can silently lose anywhere from 1 to 3% of our muscle mass every single year. This happens quietly, without obvious pain or swelling, no acute symptoms to draw our attention. This decline progresses gradually, so subtly that we often don't even realize it, until one day we find ourselves instinctively holding onto walls, gripping furniture, just to stay steady, or feeling a sudden lack of confidence when walking on uneven ground. The most frightening part is that this process creeps up while we're still eating normally, going about our daily lives as usual. We believe we're fine until an unexpected fall abruptly changes everything, potentially leading to serious physical and emotional consequences. Try to visualize this. You're walking on a familiar path, one you've traversed hundreds of times, feeling secure and confident with every step. Then one day, you suddenly feel as if there's an invisible thick layer of sand beneath your feet, making every step heavy and unsteady, even though there's no sand there at all. Or perhaps you lift your foot to step over a small threshold, a curb, or to climb a low step, and suddenly it feels as if your leg weighs 1,000 pounds, refusing to obey. That feeling, that hesitation, that sense of disconnection, it's not because you've suddenly forgotten how to walk. It's a signal, a quiet but urgent plea for attention from your body. But what if I told you there's a way to turn this around, often in just a matter of days or weeks? No need for expensive gym memberships. No need for painful, lengthy, and costly physical therapy sessions. Just 3 specific vitamins backed by solid scientific research and successfully used by real seniors who are now living proof of their effectiveness. These vitamins can help restore your balance, bring back your lost energy, and most importantly, help you reclaim the independence you deserve. In this comprehensive discussion, we're going to dive into exactly what these 3 vitamins are, how to use them the right way for maximum benefit, and what specific signs in your body you should look for to know it's time to take action. This isn't just theory we're discussing. We'll delve into concrete clinical studies, real-world data, and simple daily habits that have made a massive difference for countless individuals. And if you stay with me until the very end, I'll also provide you with a daily vitamin timing plan that has helped thousands of older adults feel confident and steady on their feet again, leading more fulfilling lives. Redefining aging, it's not just age. It's often a deficiency. For decades, we've been taught to believe that our bodies simply break down with age, that every ache, every stiff joint, every heavy step, and every loss of balance is part of the package when you get older. However, this perspective needs a careful reevaluation. Certainly, there are natural changes that come with aging that we cannot avoid. Our skin thins, hair grays, and our sight and hearing might diminish slightly. But a significant decline in function, particularly in our legs, the very foundation of our mobility and independence, is often not the inevitable outcome of aging itself. Instead, it's frequently the consequence of prolonged, unaddressed nutritional deficiencies or lifestyle factors that deplete essential nutrients. Geriatric and nutritional experts are increasingly recognizing that lumping all symptoms under the label of old age is an oversimplification that can cause us to miss crucial opportunities for timely intervention. When a 70-year-old can barely climb stairs without getting winded, yet a 90-year-old is still playing golf or enjoying long walks, it's clear that there are other distinguishing factors at play beyond simply the number of years they've lived. Very often, the difference lies in what their bodies have been missing, or what they have consistently provided their bodies throughout their lives. Think of your body as a sophisticated machine designed to repair and maintain itself. But like any machine, it requires the right fuel and properly lubricated parts to operate efficiently. If you continuously drive your car with a flat tire or neglect regular oil changes, would you blame the age of the car or the lack of proper maintenance? Similarly, our legs, our hearts, our brains, they all require specific catalysts to function optimally. When these vital catalysts become depleted, everything starts to slow down, and the feeling of old age we experience is often a reversible response to this correctable deficiency. Walter's story, a testament to transformation. Let's begin with the first and most often overlooked vitamin, the one that literally flips the switch back on in your muscles and bones. A close friend of mine, Mr. Walter, 72 years old, came to me not long ago and said something that really stuck with me. I feel like my legs are betraying me. I'm eating okay. I walk a little every day, but I still feel like my steps are getting heavier and heavier. Mr. Walter was once a very active man, a retiree who loved hiking in national parks, meticulously tending his garden and spending hours joyfully playing with his grandchildren. But over the past few years, he began to notice subtle yet concerning changes. Standing for extended periods to wash dishes would leave him utterly exhausted. A simple walk around his neighborhood, which used to take him 15 minutes now, took twice as long and left him breathless. He started avoiding large shopping trips for the simple reason that his legs just wouldn't cooperate anymore. This decline affected not only his physical well-being, but also eroded his spirit, causing him to gradually withdraw from social activities he once cherished. I asked him one simple question: "Have you checked your vitamin D3 levels?" Mr. Walter chuckled. "I thought D3 was just for bones. I drink milk every day." And that's where so many seniors are often misinformed. The truth is, vitamin D3 isn't just for bones. It's a master switch, a primary regulator for a multitude of bodily functions. It doesn't just support calcium absorption, an undeniably crucial role for bone health. More importantly, it reactivates your entire muscle and nerve system, especially in your legs. Science tells us this. After age 60, your skin becomes thinner, significantly reducing its ability to synthesize vitamin D3 from sunlight. Simultaneously, your liver and kidneys, two vital organs in converting D3 into its active form, also slow down. Additionally, many older adults spend less time outdoors due to lifestyle changes or concerns about sun exposure and skin cancer. All these factors collectively reduce your body's ability to convert sunlight into usable vitamin D3. That's why even if you feel fine now, your legs might already be slowing down without you realizing it, due to an insidious D3 deficiency. When D3 levels are low, your body subtly weakens in profound ways. You may experience persistent fatigue when standing for long periods or climbing stairs, even though you used to do so with ease. You might start losing your balance in situations that once felt effortless, like stepping over a threshold, a gutter, or onto a curb, or even turning suddenly. Your steps feel heavier, more sluggish, not merely because your muscles are physically weaker, but because they're not receiving the necessary nerve signals and energy to contract and extend efficiently. Worse yet, you might mistakenly attribute this to inevitable aging, when in reality it's a correctable deficiency, a problem that can be significantly improved. Let's get more specific with the scientific evidence. According to a remarkable study from the University of Birmingham, participants over 65 who took just 800 IU of vitamin D3 daily for only 5 days showed an average 19% improvement in leg strength within weeks. This demonstrates the surprisingly rapid pace of improvement when the deficiency is addressed. Another study conducted by Harvard's Geriatric Research Center found that seniors with low D3 levels were up to 40% more likely to fall or be hospitalized due to leg weakness than those with healthy levels. This highlights D3's critical role in preventing falls, a leading cause of serious injury among older adults. So what does vitamin D3 actually do for your legs? Yes, it improves calcium absorption, helping to keep bones strong. But that's just the first step of a much more complex process. D3 ensures that muscle fibers contract properly, which is essential for smooth, steady, and powerful movement. It also helps reduce inflammation in aging muscle tissue, aiding muscle recovery and efficient function. Finally, and perhaps most crucially for mobility, D3 helps keep nerve signals firing at full speed between your brain and your legs, ensuring smooth coordination and quick reflexes. Once Mr. Walter started supplementing D3 properly at the recommended dosage, he noticed something truly remarkable. "I don't need to hold the railing as much when I go upstairs anymore. It's like I got my legs back." His confidence soared. He even started suggesting small hiking trips with his wife, something he had avoided for months, due to fear of exhaustion or falling. This wasn't just about physical strength. It was about a mental restoration, about feeling like himself again, an active, self-reliant man. So what's the safe and effective dosage for D3? Most healthy adults over 60 are recommended to take 800 to 1,000 IU international units per day. However, if you've recently had a fall, feel noticeably weaker, or suffer from osteoporosis or chronic joint pain, doctors often suggest a higher daily dose, typically between 1,500 to 2,000 IU. But here's an important warning. Do not take more than 4,000 IU per day unless under direct medical supervision. D3 is a fat-soluble vitamin, meaning excess amounts can build up in your body over time. Overdosing can lead to serious side effects such as nausea, constipation, excessive fatigue, kidney stones, and even abnormal heart rhythms in sensitive individuals. That's why consistency with the appropriate dosage, not excess, is key. How should you take D3 to maximize its absorption? Always take your D3 in the afternoon, and with a meal that contains healthy fat. Foods like eggs, plain Greek yogurt, avocado, olive oil, or fatty fish, like salmon rich in omega-3s, help your body absorb D3 much more effectively. Avoid taking D3 right before bed, as it can slightly interfere with melatonin production and disrupt your natural sleep cycle. Can you get enough D3 from food alone? Realistically, no. A serving of fatty fish like cooked salmon might give you about 500 IU of D3, but to reach the daily recommended intake, you'd have to consume an unfeasibly large amount of fish. One egg only provides about 40 IU, and a glass of fortified milk, common in the US, provides around 100 IU. You would have to eat an unrealistic quantity of these foods every day to meet even the minimum dosage, especially for seniors who might have limited appetite, difficulty chewing, or specific dietary restrictions. That's why a high-quality D3 supplement is often not just helpful, but essential for maintaining optimal health. Here's the bottom line regarding D3. If your legs feel heavy, if your balance has become uncertain, or if stairs now seem intimidating and challenging, your body might not be merely old beyond repair. It might just be missing its essential spark plug. Vitamin D3 can be that spark, reigniting the latent strength within you. Reconnecting the wiring, the power of vitamin B12 for your legs. After Mr. Walter's D3 levels were optimized, he experienced a noticeable improvement in his strength and overall energy. However, a few weeks later, he shared a new observation with me. I feel stronger, yes, but sometimes my feet still feel disconnected. It's like I have to look down to be sure they're there, as if I can't quite trust them. That's when I knew we had to talk about vitamin B12. Most people think B12 is just for energy or memory. And while that's true, these benefits only scratch the surface of its true power. For seniors over 60, B12 is your nervous system's lifeline, especially the crucial line connecting your brain to your legs. Without enough B12, nerve signals get delayed or garbled, much like a phone line with static. That's why your legs might feel numb, heavy, or as if they're not listening to you, not responding as they should. You might experience a strange buzzing sensation in your feet, or feel as if you're walking through sand or thick jelly, even though there's nothing wrong with your shoes or the ground you're on. To understand this, visualize what's happening inside your body. Your nerves are wrapped in something called myelin, a protective fatty sheath that helps messages travel fast and clear along the nerve fibers. Myelin acts like the insulation on an electrical wire, ensuring that electrical signals transmit efficiently without leakage or loss. B12 is absolutely essential for maintaining and rebuilding that myelin sheath. When B12 levels drop, the myelin becomes damaged or thins, much like stripping the insulation off an electric wire. The spark's nerve signals get lost or never quite arrive at their destination, leading to issues with sensation reflexes and overall mobility. Now here's the kicker. B12 deficiency is incredibly common in people over 60, and surprisingly, it's often not directly related to their diet. Why? There are two primary reasons. First, your stomach produces less acid as you age. Stomach acid is crucial for separating B12 from proteins in food, allowing it to be absorbed. When stomach acid levels decline, your body's ability to extract B12 from food diminishes, even if you're consuming plenty of B12-rich foods. Second, if you're taking common medications like metformin, a widely used diabetes drug, or acid blockers, such as omeprazole, Prilosec, or ranitidine Zantac, they can significantly interfere with B12 absorption. This means that even if your diet is perfectly normal, you might still be deficient. Let's look at the scientific data. A study from Oxford University found that seniors with low B12 levels walked significantly slower, had worse balance, and were twice as likely to fall as those with healthy B12 levels. This demonstrates a direct link between B12 levels and functional mobility. Another clinical trial published in the Journal of Gerontology gave older adults 1,000 mcg of methylcobalamin, the most active form of B12 daily, for 8 weeks. The results were compelling: faster reaction times, reduced numbness and paresthesia, tingling pins and needles sensation in the feet, stronger lower body responses, and increased confidence when standing or turning. I remember one woman in that trial saying, "It felt like my legs started answering the phone again." That feeling, that reconnection, is invaluable. It's not just about being able to walk, it's about feeling like you can trust your body again. So how do you know if you might be low in B12? Watch for these signs: tingling, burning, or a pins and needles sensation in your feet or toes, a discomfort many mistakenly attribute to poor circulation, or pinched nerves. Difficulty balancing, especially when turning or stopping, suddenly feeling wobbly, unstable, or needing to brace yourself against objects. A feeling like your legs are asleep or not there, when they're not actually numb, a sensation of your legs not belonging to you. Mood dips, forgetfulness, or what people often refer to as senior moments. While B12 is well known for its role in memory, its deficiency can also impact emotional stability and concentration. Even unexplained persistent fatigue, particularly in the afternoon, can be a subtle sign. Even mild symptoms can be warning signs that your nerves are struggling to communicate effectively. It's crucial to recognize these signs early before they become more severe and significantly impact your quality of life. Let's talk dosage. Doctors typically recommend 500 to 1,000 mcg micrograms of methylcobalamin per day. This is the active form of B12 that your body can use immediately without needing to convert it first. And that's particularly important because your body's ability to convert other forms of B12 can decrease with age. You can find B12 as sublingual tablets, which dissolve under your tongue chewables, or oral sprays. These forms help bypass some of the stomach absorption issues, especially for older adults. When should you take B12? B12 can provide a slight boost in alertness, so it's best to take it in the morning or around lunchtime, but not too late in the day to avoid disrupting sleep. Avoid consuming coffee or tea around the same time you take your B12, as the tannins in tea and certain compounds in coffee can interfere with absorption. Can food alone give you enough B12? Here's the reality. 3 ounces of beef liver provides approximately 70 mcg of B12, a significant amount, but not something most people are willing to eat daily. 3 ounces of salmon offers around 4.5 mcg. 1 egg contains only about 0.5 mcg, and a cup of fortified milk might provide around 1,000 mcg. This means that to meet even 500 mcg per day, you'd need to eat over 100 eggs or a large amount of liver daily. This is clearly not practical for most individuals. That's why supplements are often the safest and simplest route to ensure you're getting adequate B12. Is B12 safe? Yes. It's a water-soluble vitamin, meaning any excess is flushed out in your urine. There's no known risk of overdose for healthy people at the recommended dosages. However, if you're taking blood thinners or have severe kidney issues, always talk to your doctor first before starting any supplementation. Here's what happened to Walter once he started supplementing B12. 2 weeks after he began, he said, "I walked across my living room and realized I didn't wobble once. I didn't even think about it anymore." Before, he constantly had to look down whenever he took a step, as if he were trying to control a puppet with tangled strings. But now it was different. He could walk, turn, and even reach for things on a high shelf without worry. That's the magic of B12. It doesn't just strengthen, it reconnects. It brings back the reflexes, the steadiness, and the sense of trust in your own legs. That's the feeling of independence we all crave as we age, the ability to move freely without anxiety or fear. It's not just physical health, it's mental well-being, the confidence to live life to the fullest, unconstrained. The muscle's secret fuel: vitamin B1 and energy synchronization. After addressing his vitamin D3 and B12 levels, Mr. Walter saw remarkable improvement. His nerves felt reconnected and his strength was returning. The last time I caught up with him, he smiled and said, I don't feel like I'm walking through wet cement anymore. But there was still one final piece missing: energy. Because what good are strong muscles and sharp nerves if your body doesn't have the fuel to move them with sustained vigor? Enter vitamin B1, also known as thiamine. This humble little vitamin doesn't get as much attention as D3 or B12, but it might just be the real MVP, most valuable player, when it comes to restoring energy, reducing leg fatigue, and getting you moving again with enthusiasm. Think of your body like a car. Vitamin D3 flips the ignition. Vitamin B12 reconnects the intricate electrical wiring. But vitamin B1, that's the gasoline, the essential fuel that allows the car to actually run. Here's why that matters so much, especially after 60. Your legs contain the largest muscles in your body, and they demand a tremendous amount of energy. Every time you get up from a chair, climb stairs, walk across the kitchen, or even wiggle your toes, your muscles need energy in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate. And B1 is a key ingredient your cells use to convert carbohydrates from food into ATP, your body's primary energy currency. Without enough B1, your muscles may be perfectly healthy structurally, but they simply can't activate properly or sustain activity. It's like trying to drive a car with a perfectly sound engine, but no gas in the tank. Now here's a surprising twist. B1 deficiency is also surprisingly common in older adults, and its signs can often be subtle, easily mistaken for other issues. Why? There are several important reasons. Your body's ability to absorb thiamine can decrease with age. Common medications like diuretics prescribed for high blood pressure or heart failure, and metformin, a common diabetes drug, can flush B1 out of your body, making you more susceptible to deficiency. Even mild to moderate alcohol intake can interfere with B1 absorption. And modern diets often lacking in whole grains, legumes, or other natural sources of thiamine also contribute to this deficiency. You may not notice the symptoms at first, but over time, B1 deficiency can cause health issues that insidiously creep into your daily life. Legs that feel tired even after short walks with no apparent reason. A heavy dragging sensation when moving as if you're pulling an invisible weight behind you. Calf or foot cramps, especially at night or after light exertion, are also common indicators. Dizziness after standing up quickly or feeling unsteady. A lack of motivation to move or engage in social activities, sometimes mistaken for depression. Even shortness of breath when climbing stairs or mental fatigue and brain fog can be signs of B1 deficiency. I had a client, Mary, 69 years old. She described her condition perfectly. It's not pain exactly, just this weird weight in my legs, like I'm always walking uphill even when I'm on flat ground. She had tried to eat healthily and even exercised a bit following her doctor's advice, but the heaviness persisted until we addressed her thiamine levels. So what do the studies show about B1? A 2021 study from Tokyo University found that over 30% of seniors had low B1 levels, and strikingly, those same individuals had weaker legs, shorter walking distances, and more muscle fatigue. But here's the good news. After supplementing with thiamine, participants showed marked improvements in stair climbing, walking confidence, and energy, often within a single week. Another study in the Journal of Neurological Sciences gave 100 milliliters of thiamine daily to seniors with chronic leg fatigue. An impressive 82% reported more endurance within 7 days, and 68% said leg heaviness and pain significantly decreased. Crucially, no severe side effects were reported, underscoring the safety of supplementation. So how does B1 work at a cellular level? It fuels something called the Krebs cycle, your body's main energy factory, where glucose from food is converted into ATP. Without it, muscles don't get the fuel they need to work, recover, or grow. And because your leg muscles are among the largest and most active muscle groups, they're often the first to show signs of running on empty. B1 also helps transmit nerve signals, especially in the peripheral nerves that control your legs and feet, ensuring smooth coordination and timely responses. So again, we're not just talking about mere energy. We're talking about restoring the seamless flow between mind, muscles, and movement. Now let's get practical about dosage. For seniors experiencing fatigue, muscle weakness, or nerve symptoms related to their legs, doctors often recommend 50 to 100 milligrams of B1 per day. This is significantly higher than the standard RDA recommended daily allowance of just 1.1 to 1. 2 milligrams, but it has been shown to be both safe and effective in clinical studies involving older adults. When and how should you take it? Take thiamine in the morning with your first meal. Pairing it with healthy fats or proteins, as in a typical breakfast, can aid in better absorption. Avoid consuming alcohol, black tea, or coffee. too close to your dose as they can interfere with thiamine uptake. Is B1 safe? Yes. Thiamine is a water-soluble vitamin, which means your body flushes out any extra through your urine. Even at high doses, it's considered one of the safest vitamins for seniors. However, as with any supplement, always check with your doctor first if you have kidney or liver issues or are taking multiple medications. Can you get enough from food? In theory, yes, but only if you're very intentional and diverse with your diet. Good sources include whole grains like brown rice or oats, legumes like lentils and black beans, sunflower seeds, and certain meats like organ meats, liver, or pork. But let's be honest, most seniors aren't eating a bowl of lentils and liver daily. And if you're on medications that affect absorption, or eating less overall due to reduced appetite, supplementation becomes the smartest and most effective option to ensure your body isn't deficient. Back to Mary. Within 5 days of adding B1 to her routine, she had a breakthrough experience. She said, "I woke up, stood up, and realized I wanted to walk." She had been so heavy and fatigued that she just wanted to sit still even though she knew she should be moving. She knew movement was important for her health, but her body just seemed to resist every effort. But when she started taking B1, suddenly she had the energy and the motivation back. She started walking around her house more, then ventured into her garden, engaging in activities she had given up. That's the true beauty of thiamine. It doesn't just reduce fatigue, it brings back your desire to move. It recharges your motivation, lightens your steps, and helps you trust your body again. Your personal recovery plan and beyond. Stepping confidently again. Now you know the full powerful trio: vitamin D3, vitamin B12, and vitamin B1. One activates your muscles, one connects your nerves, and one fuels your energy. But like any team, the timing and balance between them matter just as much as the individual parts. Taking the right vitamins at the right time can maximize their absorption and effectiveness, helping you achieve the best results with the least effort and confusion. Your daily vitamin timing plan: morning. Start with fuel and strength, right after breakfast, especially one with healthy fats like eggs, avocado, or plain Greek yogurt. Take your vitamin D3. This is when your body absorbs D3 best due to the presence of fat, and it's also when you need its muscle-activating effects most to kickstart your day with vigor. At the same time, take your vitamin B1 thiamine. This provides your muscles with the crucial energy they need to convert food into ATP, allowing you to move freely and sustainably throughout the day. If you typically drink coffee in the morning, try to wait at least 30 minutes after taking B1 to avoid potentially reducing its absorption. A balanced breakfast with protein and fiber will also support this process. Midday power-up, your wiring. With your lunch, take vitamin B12, ideally in a methylcobalamin form that dissolves under the tongue sublingual or comes in a chewable or spray. This form ensures efficient absorption without relying on stomach acid. Avoid drinking tea or coffee at the same time or immediately after taking B12, as the tannins in tea and certain compounds in coffee can reduce absorption. Taking B12 around midday will help maintain mental alertness and focus while also strengthening nerve connections, helping you feel more alert, more connected, and more steady on your feet for the afternoon ahead. If you tend to have an afternoon energy dip, taking B12 with lunch can help sustain your energy and concentration until the end of the day. Caution with multivitamins and the importance of blood tests. Multivitamins. Be cautious. If you're already taking a multivitamin, check the label carefully. Many generic formulas designed for seniors often underdose these 3 critical nutrients at optimal levels. Worse, they frequently mix fat-soluble vitamins like D3 and water-soluble vitamins like B1, B12 together in a single pill without proper absorption guidance. This can reduce the effectiveness of both types. You might still benefit more from taking D3, B12, and B1 separately at the right times and in the recommended dosages. Blood tests. A smarter choice. If possible, consider getting a simple blood test every 6 to 12 months. This is especially important for monitoring your D3 and B12 levels. Blood tests ensure you're not over or under supplementing, particularly with fat-soluble D3. It provides you with peace of mind and establishes a baseline to measure your improvement over time. And remember, more is not always better. Stick to the recommended dosages. You don't need mega doses. You need consistency and the right timing. Overcoming barriers. The synergistic power of a holistic lifestyle. Now you might be thinking, This sounds great, but can I actually keep this up? Or, will my doctor even believe in this? Let's address these common concerns, because real change requires commitment and understanding. Regarding skepticism. Skepticism is natural. In a world inundated with magic pill solutions and empty promises, believing in something as seemingly simple as vitamins can feel counterintuitive. But remember, this isn't a miracle cure. This is about providing your body with what it needs to function correctly based on solid scientific evidence. The science is clear on the role of these vitamins in crucial bodily functions. Thousands of people have experienced positive transformations. Instead of skepticism, treat this as a personal experiment. Try it consistently for 30-60 days and feel the difference for yourself. Your own body will be the best proof. Talking to your doctor. Many doctors focus on treating illness rather than optimizing health or preventing issues through nutrition. This isn't their fault. It's how the medical training system often operates. When discussing vitamin supplementation with your doctor, be prepared with information. Bring your notes about what you've learned, the specific symptoms you're experiencing, and your desire to improve your quality of life, not just treat a disease. Request specific tests. Specifically ask for a vitamin D3, 25-hydroxyvitamin D, and vitamin B12 blood test. Objective test results can be undeniable evidence of a deficiency. Share research. If you find relevant scientific studies or reputable health articles, print them out and bring them for reference. Listen, but also ask questions. Listen to your doctor's advice, but also empower yourself with knowledge to ask intelligent questions and participate actively in your own healthcare decisions. The goal is a collaborative relationship with your healthcare provider. Consistency is key. It's easy to forget. It's easy to give up when you don't see immediate results. To succeed with any supplement regimen, consistency is paramount. Use a daily, weekly pill organizer. This is a simple yet highly effective tool to ensure you don't miss a dose. Set reminders on your phone or calendar. A simple app can also notify you. Stack with existing habits. Place your vitamins next to your toothbrush, or take them with a meal you never miss. Make supplementation an integral part of your daily routine. Enlist support from loved ones. If you have a partner or family members, ask them to remind you or participate with you in maintaining this habit. Beyond vitamins, the synergistic power of a holistic lifestyle. While these 3 vitamins can be a phenomenal game changer, they are not the sole silver bullet for all issues. To truly maximize their benefits and reclaim your independence, integrate them with simple but powerful lifestyle practices, creating a holistic approach to your well-being. Gentle, consistent movement. Walking is king for older adults. Even 10-15 minutes of gentle walking each day can make a significant difference in muscle strength, balance, and cardiovascular endurance. Try simple at-home balance exercises like standing on one leg with support, heel-to-toe walking. Yoga or Tai Chi are excellent choices as they gently improve flexibility, core strength, and balance. You don't have to exercise to move. Find activities you genuinely enjoy and make them a regular part of your day. Whole food nutrition. Focus on consuming whole, unprocessed foods. Prioritize a diverse array of fruits and vegetables, lean proteins like fish, chicken, legumes, and healthy fats from avocados, nuts, olive oil. A Mediterranean-style diet is an excellent model to follow. This not only provides other essential vitamins and minerals, but also nourishes a healthy gut microbiome, which supports optimal nutrient absorption from both food and your supplements. Adequate hydration drinking. Enough water is essential for every bodily function, including muscle and nerve health. Dehydration can cause fatigue, muscle cramps, and affect cognitive function. Aim to sip water consistently throughout the day, rather than only when you feel thirsty. Quality sleep. Your body repairs and regenerates itself during deep sleep. Chronic sleep deprivation can exacerbate fatigue, aches, and hinder muscle and nervous system recovery. Prioritize 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night. Stress management. Chronic stress can deplete vital nutrients and negatively impact your nervous and immune systems. Relaxation techniques such as meditation, deep breathing exercises, or spending time in nature can help lower stress levels and improve overall well-being. A vision for a fuller life. Now let me say this, friend to friend. If your legs have been feeling heavy, if you've been hesitating at the bottom of the stairs, if your balance doesn't feel like it used to, please, don't accept it as just getting old. Do not let this false belief limit you. Sometimes the solution isn't complex surgery or a constant struggle against your body. It's simple nutrition taken seriously, consistently, and with understanding. These 3 vitamins, when used correctly and as part of a holistic lifestyle, can genuinely help you regain trust in your body. They can bring back the joy of moving freely, the confidence of a steady stride, and the independence that makes life truly worth living. You deserve that, every single day. Imagine your life again when you don't have to worry about falling, when you don't have to exert tremendous effort every time you want to stand up. When you can play with your grandchildren without tiring easily or feeling aches. When you can take an evening stroll alone without feeling exhausted or concerned about your balance. When you can confidently participate in social activities, classes, or even travel without being limited by your legs. This isn't a distant dream, it's an achievable reality with the right steps. The mission of health is to empower you, to provide you with the knowledge to make the best choices for your health. Never underestimate the power of small, consistent changes. Every vitamin you take, every step you choose to make, every nutritional choice you embrace is a step forward toward a healthier, happier, and more independent version of yourself. If you found this information helpful, or this entire discussion, please leave a comment. I would genuinely love to hear if you've tried any of these strategies or noticed changes in your energy or balance. Our community is a place to share experiences and support each other on this journey toward optimal health. And please don't forget to share this information with your loved ones who might be struggling with similar issues. Let's spread the message of hope and the potential for recovery. Keep moving forward, one strong, confident step at a time. I'm rooting for you every step of the way.